Recently, we traveled up from Miami to spend a couple of weeks in Maine with Maggie to celebrate my 60th and Maggie's 28th birthday.
You're doing a video.
Yeah, my birthday video.
I talk about joy a lot and finding joy and helping all of you find joy because it's really so important for your life. And I'm reading this great book that Maggie had. It's called You Are a Magnet by Amber Lyon. I want to read a quick passage because it really sums it up nicely from her book. Building joy into your life is a precursor for feeling good more frequently. Joyful moments leave you feeling fluid and free. Similarly, a lack of joy is a sure way to feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. A moment of joy is an opportunity to put down whatever needs to be done and appreciate the beauty of the present moment for all that it is and all that it is not. A moment to appreciate your life instead of noticing all the reasons it doesn't measure up. So good. The more moments of joy you can have in your life, the better. What I wanted for my 60th birthday while everyone was here was for us to have experiences together. So one of the big things we did, besides the beautiful cold plunge we took all together at Sand Beach in Stonington, which I loved, was we made raised bed gardens, which we will enjoy for years and years to come. So watch how we put them together and all the fun we had. We made a garden plan, so fun. Maggie and I shared inspiration ideas throughout the winter and dreamt of our garden in Maine. Then we executed the plan while Patty was with us in Maine this spring. Watch how it all comes together through this video. And let me share with you throughout the video why it's so important to stay connected to nature. And hopefully by the end of the video, you may be inspired to get connected to nature in some way, daily or weekly. Okay. This is how we created our raised bed boxes here in Maine for planting. First, the most important thing is looking around your yard. So you can see Ollie helping us search for the sunniest spots. You want to find the most sun throughout the day and what is easiest for you to get to, and the sort of the flat topography is good of the land. So look around your yard, find the best area where you want to locate your raised beds. And then I went ahead and ordered some online. Very simple. There's plenty of options out there. Had them sent straight to Maine. We work with a great gardening crew, local crew of women here in Deer Isle, and they filled the boxes with loam and compost for us, so they were ready to plant when we arrived. In May, when we arrived, Patty and I, after our birthday celebrations and all the fun we had, we got to work straight away. Went down to the lumberyard, and we got cedar posts, we got deer fencing, we got wire. We got in contact with a local, the gardener's husband actually, and he had a post hole digger. So we grabbed him for a few hours one day. He dug the holes, and my husband filled them with cement and was able to put the cedar posts in nicely, so they're very straight and taut. And then he drilled holes through each one to run the wire, which then he attached the deer fencing to. And this deer fencing is so great because it's practically invisible. And our poor little deer, Poppy and Dahlia, who I talk to all the time, and I beg and plead with them and tell them, please don't eat our garden. And in this case, I guess I just couldn't trust them. They have been good so far, but with all the veggies and the fresh greens going in, we had to put the deer fencing up.
Maybe a little, can you
So
go higher?
that went up, and once all that was done, it just looked so beautiful. And Pat made the arches
better.
just like Maggie and I had seen that we wanted to put our sweet peas over, and our cucumbers running over them, and some winter squash will crawl over them. So when everything looks so beautiful, it's all in place, all filled with dirt, we're ready to plant. And I had done a few things from seed, starting in the house. I went out and got some great organic seedlings from our neighbor down the street who grew them. And then a lot of things we did straight into the ground from seeds. So We mapped out our boxes on paper, and Maggie and I talked about what we wanted to plant. We decided you have to figure out, how big the plants are going to be, how spaced apart they have to be, what is good to companion plant, and all that great stuff. So we figured all that out on paper so that when planting day came, it went pretty quickly, and we knew what we wanted to put where, and we had bought all the plants. So it's really good on planting time to find an overcast couple of days, and you've got all your plants and seeds ready to go, and you have your plant, and you just go right to it. Welcome to our Maine garden. Took Patty only 5 days to do this whole, the structures, the poles, the nettings. The gardeners helped us put the beds together and filled them with loam and compost. So we worked as a team. Maggie and I planned it in the winter, and here we are, June 4th, and it is almost completely planted. There's dahlias in the front. We have heirloom tomatoes, cherry tomatoes along here for easy picking. Sweet peas will climb over the arch. Peppers are on the other side. These are especially for Maggie, because I don't love broccoli that much. It brings bugs, but she wanted broccoli. We have broccoli. For Thanksgiving, we're going to have these Brussels sprouts. We've got my pickling cubes. We're going to go up and over the cute arch that Pat made. Look at, we've got all this beautiful mixed kale, Swiss chard, some dill, borage, more dahlias, celery. And I did these celery from seed, and Maggie helped them go through the winter when I wasn't here. And they're going to come along. They look a little poopy, but they'll be fine. Some Johnny Jump Ups. And tomorrow I'm soaking the sugar snap peas. They're gonna go on this side of the arch and come over. And we still have a little bit of room left, so we're good. We have instant garden ready for...
He's insane. He's insane, Mags. Oh my God. Ollie.
Cleverly designed and built out of tomato stakes this beautiful garden gate for us. Everyone needs a Patty. Okay, welcome back to our Maine garden. Very sorry I've been absent, MIA really, from YouTubing. I'm just having way too much fun. Living life, doing stuff here. It's really busy. I'm back to, sorry about the road noise. I should have used Patty's new microphone. Anyway, back to our garden. I just weeded the entire garden really quickly. If you do it every week while the weeds are small, they don't get ahead of you. That's a secret. I didn't used to do that in the old days because I didn't have time. It's really paying off now. And I know I'm not dressed for gardening because I didn't plan on doing this today. That's the thing about life and gardening. You can't really make plans. So the weather started turning. I love this cool, foggy weather, and there's no bugs. It's about to start raining in about 45 minutes. So I raced out here because the rain will make the weeds, not only your garden plants grow, but the weeds will grow twice as fast as your plants. And so get your weeding done before the rain. It also churns up, irrigates the soil. Is that the right word? It also aerates the soil so that the soil doesn't get compact and heavy and hard, and lets in air and water. So by weeding and scruffing around all the plants, digging up those little weeds, you're doing like a twofold benefit to the garden. So that's really important too, because this is new soil, compost and loam, and as new soil with the rain, it starts to settle and get compact, so you don't want that. Anyway, I'm going to take you around. I love this garden in Maine so much. Okay, I'm going a little freeform here, so forgive me, but I want to take you around on a tour, because freshly weeded gardens, there's nothing, it's like a painting. And because it's only June and the plants are not gargantuan, like by August it looks like a crazy thing in here, just plants, and they're all messy, and this is so organized and neat, and it's a perfect day to film because of the fog. You can really see the clean dirt and the plants. It's really, I also want to tell you, I just did my first harvest. So as I'm weeding, I'm pulling off some little like lettuce leaves and Swiss chard and kale. So I'm going to flip you around. I wanted to use my cute little basket, but I forgot it. Here's our first kale and lettuce. Kale and Swiss chard. These are zinnias from seed from Florette Farm out on the West Coast. Love Erin. Dahlias coming up in here. These are cosmos. We've got, look at the sweet peas with the rain. They just love it. There's nothing like rain. It doesn't compare, yes, I've been watering, but it doesn't compare to real nice soaking rain. Peppers, look at already coming. I just put in some parsley plants, peppers, beans, little bush beans. I just put our stakes in and trellised up. Well, I know Patty would do better, but it'll work. So what I did here is I take all the suckers off from the bottom because they're just sucking energy from the fruiting part of the plant. You just want to leave the parts that are fruiting and some top leaves, and you need to get the rest of them off. So that's what I just did. I cleaned all of the bottom leaves and suckers off, and I'll continue to do that because these grow, like here's a little sucker. These little suckers in there, I'll take those off, but not today. It's about to start raining. But look how nice they look. And these big cherry tomatoes, they're going to get huge. So I'm going to keep on stringing them up. And I've got my heirloom tomatoes in here. Look at the soil, how clean. And see, the air can move in here. You don't, it keeps away the pests. It keeps the air flowing so you don't get mold. It's just a really good gardening practice. See how nice and spread out and airy. And next I've got to, look at how cute my little French radish. They're starting to come, but I have to thin these out as soon as I finish filming. Look at how nice, look at how beautiful this looks. The beets, the carrots, Maggie's broccoli looks so good. We've got our cucumbers starting to climb. I've got a winter squash in there. These are Brussels sprouts. Look at how healthy. No pests, so clean. Love it. My little violas that we did from seed this winter, I started them like in February. As well, I started this beautiful tango celery in February. Look at how it's doing. And then more celery. I love celery. Cilantro, looking great. And here, I'm going to harvest a little bit of this beautiful, sorry about that. So delicious. That's peppery arugula. And usually, if you plant it early in the season, like in April, May, early May, you'll get these flea beetles. I think I just missed that cycle. I planted it a little bit later, like end of the first week of May. No flea beetles whatsoever. It's perfect. It's delicious. The fruits of my labor. Okay, back to the dahlias. That's the arugula. I'm going to pick some more right now. Look at these peas. They love the rain. These are sugar snaps. Down there are sugar snaps as well, but they're dwarf, like only 3-footers. These guys will get really tall, like 8 feet. And I have to put sticks in there too, like twiggy, branchy sticks to help support those little bush peas. Got my Swiss chard. I'm going to also harvest a little bit of this mesclun lettuce mix today. A little bit, not much. And that's what I just harvested here. The kale, I took the leaves off the bottom. So again, you don't have leaves sitting on the soil. Slugs can come in, like it's a vector for, bacteria, slugs. You get mold in here if things are laying on the ground. But see how beautiful the air is just coming right through. Oh, they're so happy. The plants are happy. Basil, dill, borage. Okay, so this is our garden, and it's I think it's June 22nd today. I'm not really sure. We have 6 raised beds here, and I just ordered them online. They're about 4 by 6 feet, filled with loam, local loam, and topped off with compost. It didn't take much time to assemble and fill them, and as you can see, we have enough. You can fit so many plants into these raised beds, and these are going to be very productive, more food than we need for our little family. So then you have more to share, to can, to give away. When you have people over, it's just great to come out in the garden and get your food. So I'm so happy with this garden. I hope everyone can have a garden. And I know everyone doesn't have space. I didn't have space for a long time. We lived in New York City and Miami, and so I was just craving getting back to my gardens. And so every day I come out and look at them in the morning with my coffee. That's also part of my sort of ritual and daily routine and therapy. And just today, on this beautiful, cool, foggy day, just to come out here and weed and connect with the plants and see how they're doing, it's just like a metaphor for life, like I said about gardening. You've got to tend to your garden. You've got to tend to your life. You've got to nurture it, feed it, weed it, water it, love it, talk to it. And you form a relationship, and you need to take care of each other. If you take care of the plants, they'll feed you. It's that simple, really. Life is not that complicated. And neither is gardening. It's things are out of your control, just as in life. Weeds, pests, the weather. So you just work with it. Like today, it's about to rain, so I raced out here. I was going to be painting today. Instead, I decided to weed for an hour and stake up the tomatoes, and I'm so glad I did it. It's so rewarding. And now the garden will reward me, because with this rain, the weeds are just going to crop up like crazy, and the tomatoes probably would have flopped over. So there's always something to do out here, just like in life. There's always something to tend to. Just got to keep your eye on the ball. You know, you got to stay in the game. Keep your head in the game. Okay. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and I talk about all the time, is my spirituality, your spirituality, our connection to nature, to the earth, to the universe, to the greater collective energy. Just being out here. Did you hear Ollie? He's so upset. He sees me, but he's not here. Sorry. Just breathing in this gorgeous air, the fog, the coolness, touching the soil, being around your plants. There's so much good energy just that you're soaking in, that you're breathing in. It smells so good. It's therapy beyond. Like, it's therapy that you cannot pay for, that you cannot find in an office. And that is valuable too. But this, if you can do it, maybe it's not gardening, maybe it's just going to the ocean, going for a walk, going in nature. Everybody talks about it, but it is true. And every day I come out here and I do my gratitude, and I breathe in the air, and I touch the soil. I like to be very connected to the soil and to earth and to plants. I hope you find something like that. No, I don't hope. Do find something like that in your life to connect you to the earth, to the collective energy, and be grateful for it every day. I know you can't smell it and you can't hear it, but there's just this breeze is just heavenly coming through. I do this breathing practice too, which is really good. I'm going to do it right now with you. I breathe, I count. I breathe in to 4. I hold my breath for 4 at the top. I let it out for 8 slowly. Anytime I feel anxious, or before I go to bed, or throughout the day, whenever you need to or want to, it's such a good practice. It just grounds you immediately, brings down your anxiety, brings down your heart rate. It just feels really good. Connect back to your body. Sometimes life gets out of control, right? Anyway, love to y'all.
It's 60.
Ready?
Ooh!
Do it.
Oh boy. Come here.